The Alton Towers Resort is home to a wide array of different rides. There are slow kiddie rides, brutally intense record-breaking roller coasters, mind-bending dark rides, and seemingly everything in between. One of the park's best aspects is that all the rides are very different, and they all have their own pros and cons. And whichever you like the most is all down to personal preference really, which is why I'm ranking the top 15 rides at the Alton Towers Resort. And I'm sure that I'll get some heat for some of these places, especially number 3. But just remember that it's very subjective, and sometimes a favourite ride might not necessarily be the best ride. So let's roll in first to number 15 with Hex, the Legend of the Towers. It's a truly unique and spine-tingling dark ride. This walkthrough attraction combines eerie storytelling, atmospheric effects, and a mind-bending ride system to deliver an unforgettable experience. Set within the ruins of the real Alton Towers, Hex immerses you in a chilling tale of a cursed branch, a local legend, and some unsettling supernatural events. Once inside the ride's final chamber, you'll find yourself in a kind of weird rotating room where the line between up and down completely disappears. It's more about the atmosphere and the story than thrills, but Hex is a must-see attraction for anyone visiting the park. Just be aware that it can be very disorientating, especially for people with motion sickness. Also known as me. At number 14 we have Gangsta Granny the Ride, one of the park's newer family attractions. Based on the beloved children's book by David Walliams, this cartoon-stylised dark ride takes you on an adventure with Granny and Ben as they attempt to steal the crown jewels from the Queen, God rest her soul. Combining colourful sets, fun special effects, and light-hearted humour, it's a delightful experience for kids and childlike adults. So whether you're a fan of the book, or just looking for a break from some of the bigger rides, Gangsta Granny offers a fun and whimsical escape. And it's so nice to see Alton Towers actually embracing dark rides. At number 13 we have Congo River Rapids, the park's classic water ride. Climb aboard a circular raft and prepare to apparently get soaked as you journey through choppy waters, swirling rapids and misty tunnels. The only downside here is that there's always a big queue on hot days, and to be honest, you don't really seem to get wet much anymore. Coming in at number 12 is the Skyride, Alton Towers' scenic cable car system. Now, while it might not be a high-octane thrill ride and is basically just a way to get from one side of the park to the other, I feel it's an essential part of the park experience. It offers stunning views of the huge gardens and the park's various themed areas. The Skyride is absolutely perfect for relaxing between rides or just soaking in the beautiful surroundings of the resort. Plus, it's an absolute lifesaver for tired legs after a full day. The Runaway mine train rolls into our list at number 11. This old-fashioned charming family coaster has been a staple of Alton Towers since 1992. Offering fun twists and turns through the lively Katanga Canyon, it might not be the fastest ride in the park, but its immersive theming and cheerful atmosphere make it a favourite for everybody. And also don't forget the iconic Choo Choo. That's the classic that keeps everyone smiling. Taking the number 10 spot is the Curse at Alton Manor, a haunted house-style dark ride with a modern twist which replaced the aging jewel. This chilling attraction plunges you into the eerie world of Alton Manor, where mysterious spirits and ghostly apparitions lurk around every corner. With its haunting atmosphere, state-of-the-art effects, and a story that's as creepy as it is compelling, this ride is an absolute must for fans of the supernatural. And I'll be honest, this would rank higher on my list if they added some more scenes. There's quite a few stretches of just blackness and nothing. Okay, this one's a bit of a cheat as the ride isn't open, or I don't think it's even been officially named yet, but the Toxicator will be opening in 2025, and if it isn't called that, I'm going to look like a right prat. This ride is the spiritual successor to Ripsaw, and I can only hope that I enjoy it just as much. This is a Huss top spin ride, and although the theming looks really funky, I just feel that it screams Smiler rather than Phalanx. So I think it'll be interesting to see how it looks in Forbidden Valley, and whether it looks out of place or not. At number 8, it's Oblivion, an iconic ride that redefined roller coasters when it opened as the world's first vertical drop coaster. Standing at a massive imposing 65 feet, Oblivion teases riders as they inch closer to the edge of its signature drop. The tension builds as you're held in place, staring down into the ominous black hole filled with mist, and then you plummet at 87.5 degrees into the abyss. Not the 90 that you'd technically need for it to be classed as vertical. The experience is always intense, exhilarating, and surprisingly smooth. This ride is a must for adrenaline junkies and first-timers alike. Just a bit of a shame that it's all over too quickly.
That's what she said.
Okay, right. I know I'm going to get some heat for this, but at number 7 is 13. This kind of blends a classic roller coaster with spine-chilling psychological thrills. Set in the dark forest, this ride begins as a deceptively tame outdoor coaster, weaving through the twisted branches of ancient trees. But don't let the gentle dips and turns fool you, 13 hides a dark secret. As the train reaches its climax, you're plunged into the depths of the crypt where the ride's most infamous feature awaits, a sudden, unexpected freefall drop. The combination of this ride's mysterious atmosphere, sharp turns, and the jaw-dropping moment makes it a unique attraction, but it just doesn't thrill me as much as I want it to. The opening sections are just too tame. Flying into the number 6 spot is Galactica, Alton Towers' groundbreaking flying coaster. Once known as Air years ago, this ride redefines the coaster experience by flipping riders into a prone position, that's lying down in English, simulating the sensation of flight. From the moment you're tilted face first, you're transported into another world. The ride glides gracefully through twists, inversions and sweeping turns, all while offering great views of the surrounding landscape. Galactica's not really about pure adrenaline, it's more about a graceful, awe-inspiring journey that leaves you feel like you can actually fly. I challenge you to ride this without holding your arms out and pretending to be Superman, because I can't do it. At number 5 we have Rita. Nestled in the dark forest, this B&M launch coaster wastes no time in delivering an adrenaline rush. In just 2.5 seconds, you're brutally blasted from 0 to 60, and that's about as fast as a Formula 1 car. The raw power of the launch alone is worth the ride, and to be honest, that's the only real selling point. After the launch, it's a fairly bumpy affair, back round some bank turns to slow you down and extend the ride a bit, but for me, that launch is worth the wait. Burning into the number 4 spot is Wicker Man, a modern wooden roller coaster that combines classic feels with fantastic theming. The ride begins with a dark, foreboding pre-show, where you're introduced to a mysterious cult and a fiery deity. Once aboard the wooden train, you hurtle through a labyrinth of twisting drops, sharp turns, and rapid-fire hills, all while passing through the imposing Wicker Man structure itself, complete with flames and smoke effects. The clatter of the wooden track, the smell of burning embers, and the synchronised sound effects make this ride a sensory spectacle. Wicker Man isn't just a roller coaster. Alton Towers have made an immersive experience, one that tells a story, blending tradition and innovation into an unforgettable ride. Make sure to head here after dark for an even better experience. I just wish it was longer. Before we dive into the top 3 rides, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which ride do you think should be at number 1? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoy this type of content, then please hit that subscribe button. Spinning its way into the number 3 spot is Spinball Whizzer, the ultimate family-friendly thrill ride. This compact coaster delivers a dizzying blend of sharp twists, sudden drops, and wild spinning action. From the moment you board your pinball-themed car, you're in for a chaotic adventure. Each car spins freely as it navigates the track, meaning no 2 rides are ever quite the same. The experience starts with an immediate ascent, followed by a sharp drop and intense horseshoe turns. The cars have unpredictable rotations, and these keep you on your toes, adding an extra layer of excitement to every turn. It's the perfect mixture of fun and frenetic, making it one of my standout attractions at Alton Towers. And if you disagree with me on this,
big whoop, wanna fight about it?
Let me know in the comments. Taking the number 2 spot is the legendary Nemesis, only it's been completely rebuilt into Nemesis Reborn. This B&M coaster has been terrifying and thrilling riders for decades, and now it's better than ever. Following its massive refurbishment, Nemesis has been transformed into a slick, otherworldly experience, complete with a revamped story, state-of-the-art theming, including smoke effects and buttery smooth tracks. Set in the Forbidden Valley, this inverted coaster is all about intensity from start to finish. Riders dangle beneath the track as the train hurtles through a series of heart-pounding inversions, including a zero-G roll, 2 corkscrews, and the iconic vertical loop. The ride's unique terrain-hugging layout sends you racing just inches from the ground, darting through tight trenches and soaring over alien-like scenery. The Helix section, which is known for inducing greyouts, is as thrilling as ever, and the smooth new track only amplifies the sensation of speed, which gets up to 50 miles an hour. But it's not just the ride itself that stands out. The new theming takes the experience to a whole new level for this country. From eerie mist effects to a moving, living station that feels like a pulsing alien lifeform, every detail looks to have been meticulously designed to immerse you in its sinister world. Nemesis Reborn is a masterpiece of engineering and storytelling, and no wonder it's considered one of the best coasters in the UK. It's just missing some onboard music to fully complete the package. And here it is, the number 1 ride at Alton Towers. No surprises, but it's the Smiler. Love it or hate it, there's no denying that this ride is an absolute marvel of roller coaster design. This is a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster which broke the world record for the number of inversions, totaling 14, which is still a record today over 11 years after it first opened. The Smiler isn't just a roller coaster, it's an experience, a psychological journey, and a record breaker. Boasting 14 inversions, which is more than any other coaster in the world, it's a dizzying, mind-bending ride from start to finish. Just walking up to the ride makes you realise how imposing it is, with its black track twisting around itself like some sort of demonic spaghetti. From the moment you step into the queue, you're immersed in its sinister world. From the creepy music to the marmalizer, the giant spider-like structure at its centre, looming overhead, promising to correct you with its hypnotic powers. The ride itself is a relentless assault on your senses. You start with the sinister "Join us," and then drop into a hidden heartline roll before you even get to the first hill. What a fantastic surprise. Then you're off to tackling the first half of the ride, a whirlwind of corkscrews, dive loops, airtime hills and sidewinders. Just when you think it's over, you're lifted vertically to take on the second half, an even more intense sequence of inversions, including sea serpent rolls, cobra rolls, and a pair of barrel rolls that will leave you wondering what day of the week it is. But I mean that in a good way. The ride's pacing is masterful, throwing you from one element to the next with barely a moment to process it. And let's not forget the theming. The Smiler's twisted, brainwashing narrative is brought to life through flashing lights, eerie music, and disorientating visuals. It's not just a ride, it's a whole experience designed to make you laugh, scream, and question your own sanity. So whether you're a coaster enthusiast chasing world records or a thrill seeker just looking for an unforgettable ride, the Smiler delivers it in spades. For me, it's the ultimate highlight of Alton Towers and a worthy champion of any countdown. And for me, it's easily the best ride in the UK. So that's my list of the top 15 rides at Alton Towers. Did your favourite make the cut? Am I completely wrong in the order that I've done it? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. As always, hopefully, I'll see you out there.